Hey guys, it's Jose. Before we start this video, as always, I want to give you guys a little heads up. This was probably a really bad angle on the GoPro. For that, I apologize, but it's still a great video showing you guys how this rear door glass is done. And if you're doing the passenger side door glass, this video will still help you there. So I'll just go ahead and let you guys know. The angle sucks, but overall the explanation is still good and will still help you. So I apologize, and I will get better at the GoPro angles. I typically was trying to rush on this one a little bit just because the customer drove almost an hour. Sorry, about an hour away. So I wanted to get them in and out pretty quick. But again, this is a great video for people who might have their door glass broken on this particular vehicle. Other than that, hopefully this video helps you guys out. And again, wait a few minutes before you guys continue just to make sure the video's ahead. So I do kind of, I think I made one mistake, but I caught it. So I had to go back and, oh yeah, I forgot what it was. I think with the door panel, but you guys will see it. But hope you guys enjoy the video. And again, thank you guys. What's going on, guys? It's Jose with Jay's Mobile Auto Glass. Today we're doing a rear driver's side door glass for a 2020 Toyota Highlander. It's an 09 of 2020, so it should be about 2020, 2021. I'm kind of whispering because I do have the customer over there. I don't like to be too loud, let them know I'm recording. But as always, first thing you do is check to make sure you have the right glass. I can tell by the tape we're still kind of sitting in there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try and work this one a little quick so you guys can see how fast these jobs can get done, even if you have the vent glass. I always like to set the glass inside the rear passenger, just because I can keep an eye on it. Be careful with the tabs, a little sharp, but shouldn't make holes, but don't push it either. First things first, let's rip off the tape. Boom, as you can tell. As always, this vent glass will have to be moved, or at least this bar will have to come out of play. So what you can do is cheat a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this rubber piece off, which is what I'm going to do. Gently pull. You don't want to just like pull it too hard. It's going to be, this little trim piece is going to give us a little bit of trouble. So what I might do is just leave this half in, pull this out, slides very easy. Give her a little shake because there will be glass in here. Alrighty, now we're going to remove the screws here. We got one. We got a Phillips there, and then we're gonna have to remove the panel back here as always. These little hook tools do a great job. So one here, stick it in here. Oop. This one came off pretty easy. I'm gonna set everything here, move their stuff, set my tool there. We're gonna give it another little walk, make sure nothing's there on the bottom. Always feel up on it. Fiber tool. Lately I've been using this fiber tool. It's been doing pretty good. So I'm gonna see if I can remove this this piece. It looks like there's a little bit of leverage there. So we're gonna try and remove this here. The switch. I'm gonna leverage it, nothing. There we go. Very easy. Disconnect it. Set that up there. We have another Phillips. So there was 3 Phillips. 1, 2, 3. And then we go from there. Where is Now we're going to go here to 1. Here's the first one. There's that. Here's the second one, right behind that switch. So it's a good thing we took off the switch. A little bit more, has pretty long threads on it. Okay, grab it, set her there. Now we're gonna go here. Alrighty. There's that. Now there's a little cover here. I'm gonna see if maybe there's a screw hidden under there, which nope, there's not. So this panel should be ready to come right out. I'm gonna see if I can do it with my hand. You have a little bit of an opening on this side right here, so let's see if we can just yank gently. Yep, and it comes right off. Another reason why I like to video this, just so much easier. 2 cables, and they kind of twist in this manner right here. So we're gonna pay attention. White on the top. Right here, white on the top, green on the bottom. You're gonna just kind of pull one up, go up, up. So white on top, green on bottom.
We now have access to the whole door. I'm gonna set this here. Okay. Now we have two clips here. You can either remove them, which I think we will have to. So our fiber stick here. There's one. Slide it up. Oh no, we don't need to. Two. Oop. Okay, here's three. Three. Four. So there we go. We got this whole little panel off. I think I missed one. My bad. Missed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total, I think. Okay. There it is. Now we have this little connector here. I'm gonna disconnect it just so I get access here. We're still kind of floating, but now we have access to vacuum. I'm gonna leverage it. I don't feel like we need to remove this to get a good vacuum. I will see in a second. Doesn't really feel like it. So now we're gonna do, remove this rubber piece. Goes straight up. Keep note of this little plastic thing here. Not sure what it's doing there. And if you listen, glass. So as always, and now there's not much glass there, but we're still gonna double check it before we get done. So we have this piece almost off. So what we're gonna do is, guys, we're gonna actually leverage this little trim piece just with our bare hands. Throw her in there. Now we should have access to kind of peel this back. Gently, there's glass in there. We'll slide up, and there we go. Again, these are actually pretty open, so should not give us too much issue. So there we go. Alrighty. Okay, now we're gonna use our ratchet with a 10mm. This one's first. There's two. Set that in there. Now, as always, there's always a screw up here. So now we just gotta kind of peel this back a little bit. See if we can find it. There it is. Little Phillips up here. So there's typically a screw on top that will hold this bar, and we did find it, so now we just kind of break it. Make sure you use the correct Phillips size or you will strip it and you'll have to drill, and that's not something you want to do. So all right, got that off. Now this bar, wiggle it back and forth, wiggle it, be gentle. If you have to remove this little plastic thing back, just kind of leverage it backwards. Okay, what I did was just slide it straight down. And now what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna take it out from the bottom here. Plenty of room, set that there. Now, so you guys can see real quick, we also have to remove this rubber grommet here. I'm gonna push it because we have to unbolt these bolts here to remove the old glass. Now, with this, I'm gonna connect this because I'm pretty sure this is the master connector for everything there. Connect all this all back. We're gonna have to hit it a few times. The reason we're hitting it is in case the regulator has glass somewhere stuck in there, it doesn't get stuck. Set the keys in here, turn the car once, twice, there we go. We have our vacuum here ready to go as well. Now we're gonna make this window go down unless she has the child security lock, which I think she does. So we're gonna there we go. Now we're gonna go down. And now we have access to both of them. So with this 10, we're gonna grab an extension. A pretty long, good one. Through here. Now we'll grab our ratchet. What I like to do is I was actually able to float this one out, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna end up turning off the switch because I have to get the other one. I was lucky. Don't do that unless you want to test your luck. but I'm pretty good at floating stuff like that. So, all right, now disconnect this bad boy again, pull this back up a little bit. Now we have room to get the other one and put our hand here. Now we have one of them out. I typically will keep these guys because you'll have rare occasions where customers have one fall off, and you can actually reuse this by just drilling all this out with a scraper, and then you have a nice little new mounts or whatever, tabs for door glasses that don't have them. So just good. I like to keep them, at least keep one or two, or a set of different brands. Now I'm gonna reach in here and grab the other one if I can find her, and I was able to find it. Okay, so we have the other one. Again, I might keep them, might not. I'm gonna end up just removing the speaker here. There's two. There's three. Okay, now speakers comes off. Wiggle. Luckily they're magnetic, so you can kind of set it there on the side. Actually, we have way more room to vacuum. All right, now just bear with me. We're gonna vacuum all this up. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. Now, while vacuuming, I did have this little piece fall off. I mean, you can put it back on if you want, but really, actually, I don't even know how it went on, but I think it went like this. So, kind of sat underneath there. Well, we'll figure it out in a second how it went, but I think I'm pretty sure it went like, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and put the new glass in, show you guys how it goes in. Or actually, oh, this piece does actually have to come off, so never mind. So, alrighty. Typically, from the back, go here. There we go. Now we're actually gonna go ahead and just bolt her in, put a hand underneath there. Again, if you have someone helping you, another pair of hands never hurts. We're gonna bolt at least one or two of them. So, and vacuum only took about 10 minutes. Now I'm not gonna completely tighten them just yet, because I gotta get the other one in there as well. Okay, now I don't know if we can go straight. I think there's enough leverage to it, but if you're unsure, a little hack my dad showed me a long time ago. Napkin, and now you have a nice little easier way to put it on. Just make sure you push it back in there. Let's move all this out of the way, because if it falls in there and you'll have a magnet, you'll be having to fish it out, and that's really annoying. All right, I'm actually just gonna leave them fitted there for a second and put the rubber piece on. Again, we're gonna double check it, triple check it, just because it is, you don't want the new glass to scratch or anything. Oh, see, and then that corner right there, a big chunk. I'm gonna double check this corner too, just to make sure. Again, don't manhandle it, but I always open up the lips just to make sure. Okay. Now before we go any further, I am going to put this bar back in. This is actually a little bit more important than anything else. So we're going to go slow. This part goes on top because it's where the Phillips goes, guys, right here. So here, kind of slide her in. Once perfectly up there, push her back up so you guys can see from this side. So once you go back up, you kind of just push this way, and then it locks in, and you got the Phillips in there. We're gonna put that Phillips back in. I'm also rushing because I'm not sure if the GoPro's gonna die again on me, but it sucked to die. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and tighten this one all the way. This tool is actually what I use for Teslas, for like the Tesla video, if you guys saw. So we got this in. Now, make sure the glass is in between this bar. You do not want to not be in the bar before you tighten everything, so make sure this glass is in between the bar, and it is. So cool beans. I'm not going to tighten this bar just yet. I should have, I left that, but I got enough leverage. I'm going to slide the molding in, or the rubber piece back on. Of course, some trusty Westy glass cleaner. I just wet here a lot. Let it slide down. Same thing here. Now we're just gonna wet this. This actually does make a difference for those who don't think it does. It actually does. Okay. Just makes it a little bit easier to slide in there. Okay. Same thing over here. Make sure you get in there. There we go. Now we're just gonna go. Now what you heard there was a piece of glass I might have missed, but we're gonna go. Now we're gonna push up. I can tell you this make their stuff so easy. A little too easy, to be fair. This has to sit all like that, guys, so we have to actually pull this out a little bit and go from the back. There we go. Goes back in first, then front in. Now this corner is a little weird, but once I make the glass go up, it should fix itself. But we still even have a little bit of room there. Now what I'm gonna do is tighten the window and go from there. We're gonna tighten the window. This thing's in my way. I'm just gonna give it a little snug. Lift this up. There we go. Nice little snug. Okay, we have the window back in. A little bit of leverage, but it's fine. And now we're gonna put that rubber piece on. The one we took off earlier, the one whether we didn't know whether we need to take it off. Goes this way, slide it, pull this flap back, and just kind of just sits in there. There we go. Now we're gonna set her down. Cool beans. Now what I didn't do was this, and that's made me really upset. So I just realized that I didn't vacuum here. So that was a very rookie mistake. Give me 1 second. I can't believe I forgot that. Now if you guys listen, almost no glass, and very little that there is, it'll fall out on its own. Let's put the speaker back in. Okay, again, I'm trying to do like a quick video so you guys can see how long, real time, you can knock these door glasses out. Speaker, 3 nuts, 310 bolts, not nuts, 310mm bolts. The one thing I hate about Milwaukee batteries is like a battery always breaks, man. You have to go through batteries more than anything. I wish you could send them back and get credit. I guess they're just snug, don't go too tight, so make sure you have no play, okay? Now that we have that all, we're gonna set this plastic piece back in, and it goes like this because these two little leveragers go here. So now what we're gonna do is also just kind of figure out how she wants to go. Oh, no, backwards, my bad, guys. I'm dumb. My bad. It goes this way. So you want the little funnel piece out there. So now what we're gonna do is push that one in there, connect this back there, and then we're just gonna pop clips back in. We're missing one, but we have it here. Just push it in on the top one. Beautiful, okay. We're done there. Now we have to bolt the bar, which is too long, 10mm again. Don't forget that, please. Do not forget that. And you have to take this off to get to this other one, so great. As always, I'm not perfect, but let me see if I can just maneuver around it. Actually, no, it should be. Oh yeah, it's right here. So I gotta take this whole thing off. But luckily, it didn't take too long to. I'm just gonna go like that on this one. As always, watch a few seconds ahead because I make mistakes. Again, even I make mistakes. So now what we're gonna do, we actually have to make the window go up so we can pull that bar back and get the bolt in correctly. It's been beeping for a minute, so what I'm gonna do is turn her on. I turn her on too just to get the battery recharged and everything, just to be safe. But also, now I can make this window go up slowly, slowly. You have to listen too, in case you hear glass. Okay, now that we have access here, we should be able to get this bar kind of moved to where it should be so we can bolt it. And as you guys can see, it wants to fight me a little bit there. Okay. There we go. Nice and tight. Now, for this one, I'm actually just going to slide that one in and just kind of push them all back into place. Again, I apologize for that. Now, normally I don't disconnect that, but I feel as if I did, I don't think too much would go wrong. Look, this time, this video, this grommet is going back on. First time I put the grommet on before I put the panel back on. Let's go ahead and put this rubber piece, this trim piece back on. Okay, now we just have to make sure we're in this rubber all the way. Actually, this whole piece has to go first. There we go. See what I mean? This whole piece has to go into this, has to get pushed into this. There we go. Now we're nice in there, and the clip's in there, so you always can give a little tug to make sure. So that's good. Now what we're gonna do is just put this all back together. Take a look in here. Make sure you see no giant glass chunk stuck in there, which I don't. Push this back in. Beautiful. I'm gonna disconnect it. I doubt I'm gonna have an issue with the anti-pinch system. Before you do this, make sure you have no personal items in there. Now we're just gonna shake it upside down in case there's glass stuck in the panel. Of course, go ahead and feed the wires first before you start doing anything else. And make sure you didn't disconnect anything as well. The master switch was there. Remember, white went on the top. Okay, white went on the top. Here's the connector right here. It's port. Okay, there we go. Now we got that. Now we can do the rest of the. Again, we should have 3 screws, and I only see 2, but I'll find the third one in a second. So we have these 2 big ones right here, which the longer ones to go toward more of the middle of the panel. So make sure you guys get a nice, good. This one's actually always so tedious. There we go. This one as well. I think I see. Oh, I think I see it. I don't know. That's something else. So we're gonna have to find the other one. Oh, my bad, this was unscrewing. I don't even know what this is for. Okay, that's that. We can push this little panel back in there. Beautiful. Connect the switch back. Beautiful. Push this in gently. Perfect. We're missing this screw. Let's find her. And we found her. It was black, so I couldn't see it. Sometimes having a light source is really helpful, guys. Okay. What's cool about this too is like you can push and twist as you do it, so that's pretty nifty there. Pretty cool little design. Now, what you want to do is listen. If you can hear this, you connected it. Automatic down, perfect. Automatic up. Now this is where the anti-pinch might get you. And no, the anti-pinch isn't being affected. Always record, guys, when there's scratches on this on the panels, because it was broken in, glass shrapnel fell. You don't want to be the one getting blamed for all of this, guys, because this was all on tape too. I recorded it, but customers are quick to blame for scratches, so make sure you're physically taking note of it. So you always want to make sure you check everything. The only two things we mess with is switch, this, and that's it. So we are pretty much done, guys. We're just gonna pick up our tools. Real quick before I do anything else, if this video helped you, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you guys enjoy the pod glass we do every Monday at 6 a.m. that's uploaded. So again, if you guys wish to be in my pod glass or ask me any questions, that will be addressed in next week's pod glass. Feel free. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Have a great day. Peace.